Hello, my name's Beth. I'm an avid reader and an aspiring author, and today I plan on doing the Authortube Newbie Tag. Because I'm new here. I'm also going to take my glasses off because they're anti-glare, so they're glowing blue. So how did you find out about Authortube Booktube? You know how YouTube just has its recommended down the side? Just came up with a video of an author talking about their book, and then I fell down a rabbit hole because that's what I do. Question 2, what genres do you write in? Fantasy. I love writing fantasy. That's what I'm currently writing, and that's what I plan on writing. I've already got an idea for my next book, and I've not even finished the first, so that's it's fun. This is the issue with having like an overactive brain. You come up with many ideas before you finish the first one. What is your preferred writing tense? Past tense. It's so much easier. And I get confused very easily, so that point of view and category of story, children's, YAs, new adult. YA onwards, children, writing for children doesn't currently inspire me because I like the books that have the somewhat dark scenes. So children's wouldn't exactly be good for me unless I wanted to traumatise children. And point of view, I don't know what that means. Because your writing tense is first or third person. That's what it means, isn't it? Third person. First person is hard, and anyone who can write in first person, commendance to you. Because I just start like writing a diary of what's going on in my life, and that would be extremely boring. Are you a plotter, a pantser, or a plantser? Plotter. Definitely a plotter. Are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? Yet to be published. I am still only a few chapters into writing my book. Although I've been writing it for a year, it's just hard to build a complete new fantasy world. And that's what stumped me so much, but I've just decided to go on with the story and go back to the world building when I need to, because that's what drafts are for. And when I do get published, it's likely going to be self-published, because getting hold of a publisher or like even a literary agent is hard, and I didn't study writing. I studied American history, so it's not even like I've got people I can go to for contacts, so that's going to be fun when it comes around to it. What publishing company, literary agent, or printing company do you use? Or if you're not yet published, what is your dream publishing house or literary agent? Is it Little Brown? I'd like to be picked up by Little Brown, but I can't see it happening ever. What Authortube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? I don't know. I want to do writing vlogs, but then it would literally be like 20 minutes a video of just looking at me sat typing on a keyboard. So if you have any suggestions on like author related things, of like specifically new author trying to write their first book and flailing around, let me know, because believe me, I am flailing. When did you start writing? My current book? About a year ago. It's like as I was starting to finish off uni, like finish off my dissertation, I just needed an outlet. So I started off as that, and now I'm like fully pushing to try and write it. But if you want to know like when I actually started writing, throughout my whole childhood, I was either, if I didn't have my nose in a book or was up a tree, I was writing. But the first ever proper story, well, it's a short story that I wrote, was for a competition that my school held during my A-levels, and it must have been so bad, or the other people's must have been so good, because it was not even put through to the second round. It was shocking, and I'm really upset about it because it was good. It was good. I'm still proud of it. Okay, I'll probably go back into it now as someone who is about 4 years older. It was my second year, so I'd be 4 years older, and probably want to edit it a lot because, oh my god, 17-year-old me was angsty. What was the first story you ever wrote? Let's go with that one, because a lot of the other writing stuff was like for schoolwork, but that one was just out of wanting to write. And it was about a person questioning their gender, and they thought they had a best friend, but it turned out the best friend was just like a figment of their imagination, and then like it got really dark and just confused and twisted, and it was... I'm tempted to start writing short stories again at some point when I find 5 minutes, because I sew, I read, and I write. I chose 3 hobbies that are really time demanding, and I don't have enough time in the day as it is, and trying to like juggle everything that I want to do doesn't go well. Does not go well, and unfortunately usually writing is the one that gets pushed to the bottom of the list, and that's, out of all of them, the one that's probably most likely to make me money. Oh, I love being unemployed. Hopefully though, I'll one day have a book out. Hopefully by like middle of next year, end of this year, if I really get a wiggle on. Someone hold me accountable to get this book written is what I need. What authors have inspired you the most? I would say J.R.R. Tolkien, but I've never read any of his work. It's the next, like, The Hobbit is the next book on my, like, to be read pile. But I don't know, I've seen the films, and like just seeing the films based on his work and how like beautifully poetic, like just even like The Shire is, really inspired me. But then also Chris Paolini, who wrote The Inheritance Cycle, I've just finished reading it, was probably going to be inspiring me, because the amount of times I had to put those books down, to come and write because something had just sparked inspiration in me. Yeah. But then that also falls into my worry of, oh my god, am I plagiarising? What if I'm plagiarising? This is like issue of like being at uni and being like drilled into you not to plagiarise, and having to think of every new sentence that may have never been written before. The plagiarism thing scares me. I don't think I have. It's not that I've like copied his stories or anything. I've just taken... So, to be honest, it was just like words that were said, and my brain's just gone, oh, this! Let's go down this. And then I've gone down that route. So I suppose them two? I don't know, I've not really read a lot of fantasy yet, because I'm scared that if I read a load of fantasy, I'm gonna end up copying the stories. So... double-edged sword there, because I also need the reading to inspire me. So, do you schedule your writing sessions? Or do I write whenever you can find the time? Both. I try to schedule at least one morning a week or one day a week where I can write. Today's going to be that day for me. But usually it's just whenever, if like I've gotten up in the middle of the night before, because my brain's just gone, you need to go write this and you need to go write it now. So I've gotten up in the middle of the night before just to write. So it really depends, because I find that most of my ideas come to me just as I'm about to go to sleep, which isn't the most productive way of writing, but here we go. What do you type on a computer typewriter, or everything out by hand, or do you use a blend of those? Actually writing the stories on my computer, because I've got like Allen's disease, and Allen's syndrome, oh god, and I'm probably at least a little bit dyslexic, but I've never been tested, so don't take my word for that. so typing it out makes it a lot easier. But also, when it comes to handwriting, I've got like a character list, places and where they are in relation to other places, and then just like my ideas and notes. Because if I didn't have like somewhere to write down, I mean, I could use my phone notes, but it would get lost instantly. And finally, question 13. That's a really annoying number. I don't like the number 13. What are you most looking forward to now that you're part of Authortube? The same as what I said with Booktube community. Also, hopefully being able to connect with other authors or even editors, so that when it comes time to edit, I don't have to go and pester my friends, because my poor friends don't want to be pestered, probably. A lot of them work, and a lot of them, well, I've got a couple of like Dungeon Master, like D&D friends, and if I went to pester them, I think I'd be told to, kind of thing. I won't say that word out loud because I want to at least have some chance of getting monetized on here. But yeah, that just like connecting with other authors, because currently I have the biggest imposter syndrome, and like just to know that other authors also have that, although I have seen that even published authors have imposter syndrome, so maybe that's normal for writers, but mainly just being able to create connections, because I don't know how else to do it at this point. Well, I could do like the really douchey thing of pestering people on Instagram, but no, I'd rather not do that. So yeah, I hope that this has been interesting to watch me ramble on about my ways as an author. Or that I'm not an author, I'm just a writer who's pretending at this point. But I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.